Hello, dear followers. Thank you for tuning in to Ask Away with Raaji and me.
We are the co-founders of Beyond 8, where we provide transformative pathways for high school learners to pursue the best collegiate liberal education in India and abroad. Over time, we have come to realize that liberal education is a little understood concept. A lot of us think we know what it means and does, but it unravels to show us more.
A lot of young people and their parents approach us with questions on how to get started on this journey, how to assess if liberal education is suitable for their child and their families, what are the subjects they get to learn, and what is so different about liberal education.
So here we are to answer all of those questions for you. Let's get started.
My child is already in 9th grade at a CBSE school. Do you think we have missed the boat with liberal education? How late is too late? Asks Sumati. Dear Sumati, this is a very common concern that we have seen many other parents express. Well, in a nutshell, it's never too late to make life-changing decisions that can set one up for a transformative change in the future. Considering that the schooling years will only be about 1/5 of the entire lifetime of an individual, it is imperative to make the right choices for our children. It's also necessary to course correct as early as possible when children are under our care and have a safe space for making mistakes and for learning. To sum up, I highly recommend that it is never too late and you can make the shift as soon as possible.
If my child decides he wants to opt for medicine or engineering, will his liberal education be of any use? Asks Rajkumar. Dear Rajkumar, there are two aspects to this question. One, the liberal education aspect, and the other is the medical and engineering aspect. Will liberal education benefit those who are pursuing medicine or engineering? Yes, absolutely. Because liberal education enables learners to develop lateral thinking skills and new perspectives that are needed for success in any profession. However, medicine and engineering admissions require preparatory work for entrance exams that are based purely on academic capabilities and no other skills or attitudes. So, these may be conflicting with the liberal values that talk about holistic and all-round development. We believe that it is up to the learner and their family to make this informed decision, knowing all the aspects that are involved.
Can a liberal education reduce my child's academic pressure while making her career ready? Asks Vikram. Dear Vikram, liberal education provides a holistic approach to learning. A heutagogical education model helps design a learning program that listens to the learner's voice, curates it as per their interests and aspirations. Thus, a combination of these two helps increase the self-worth of learners, enables them to stay motivated, encourages holistic approaches to learning, and thus reduces pressure that learners generally feel when they are a part of conventional schooling systems that force them to fit into narrow perspectives and place constraints in their thought processes.
Academic excellence is very important to me, and I work very hard on my grades. Will I be able to keep up that rigor with liberal education? Asks Leah, aged 15. Dear Leah, wonderful to know that excellence and rigor are important to you. We do best when we have a deep understanding of why we are doing what we are doing. The liberal education framework helps one understand and appreciate the interdisciplinary aspect of education and hence will develop this intrinsic motivation which pretty much bolsters one's self-worth and propels them to do their best. I hope I have answered your question. Yes, you will be able to keep up because you will be intrinsically motivated to give your best and seek excellence.
As a parent, I'm very keen to keep both my children in the same school. However, only one is suited for liberal education. Can I try coaxing the other also into it? Asks Asha. Dear Asha, first of all, we're delighted to know that you're choosing a transformative pathway in liberal education for your child. We're also able to understand and acknowledge the dilemma you have with respect to your other child. Our expert recommendation is for you to have a conversation with your child, understand their aspirations and preferences, the next destination they see themselves at post schooling. They may not know all the details with respect to subjects or careers, but they will surely know what kind of experience they wish for. Using this information, you will be able to decide as a family on the next steps. Any decision that takes the learners' inputs into consideration and provides further ideas of explorations for the learner to think about will lead us in the right direction, I believe.
Will liberal education open up future employment opportunities for my kid? If yes, how? Asks Nina. Dear Nina, a liberal arts education enables and empowers learners to examine ideas from multiple points of view, adapt to different situations, solve complex problems, and collaborate with peers. So, by combining multiple disciplines of study, liberal arts education not only exposes learners to a wide range of subjects, but also encourages them to think outside the box, or for that matter, even imagine the box differently, and thus contribute to original solutions, all skills that are highly valued by all employers. There is also this myth that liberal arts is all about politics and arts. It's far from the truth. Liberal education encourages learners adept at coding to have an eye for visual details, or learners interested in pure sciences to have a 360-degree perspective in their viewpoint, thus making them strong contenders in the employment world.
As a student, what are the things I have to unlearn and relearn in a liberal education? Asks Pranav. Dear Pranav, this is a wonderful question. In this ever-changing world, one constant that we hear around us is about how we have to unlearn and relearn. So you are right. Liberal education requires the learner to think critically, creatively, holistically, and with an interdisciplinary perspective. This is a huge shift from being very narrow focused and believing that there is only one right answer or one perspective to view a problem. However, trust me, the freedom that is provided by the liberal education framework will truly expand your knowledge and make the learning process both meaningful and enriching.
Aren't there very few careers to pursue after doing a course in liberal education? Asks Sudeep, aged 13. Dear Sudeep, this is a good question because there are many myths and misconceptions around this. Many people think that liberal education is only focused on liberal arts programs that provide career opportunities in areas such as advertising, marketing, public relations, politics, design, journalism, publishing, corporate communications, psychology, social work, etc. However, many don't realize that pure sciences are a part of liberal education too and can open up a range of careers in numerous industries such as healthcare, aerospace and defense, education, energy, engineering, instrumentation, manufacturing, oil and gas, forensics, telecommunications, and many more. I hope that gives you some understanding about the career opportunities.
How is Beyond 8 different from traditional schools and colleges that I'm familiar with? Asks Madhura. Dear Madhura, Beyond 8 is fundamentally different from the traditional schooling approach because we are India's first pedagogical educational program. A learner-determined approach that follows a student-centered instructional strategy emphasizing on the development of autonomy, capacity, and capability. Traditional schools, on the other hand, follow a cookie-cutter style, one-size-fits-all, outdated approach. At Beyond 8, we offer custom pathways for liberal education, depending on learners' interests. Learners can pick any combination of subjects from the sciences, humanities, the arts, or social sciences and create their custom pathway to college education. In essence, from an education system that is so curriculum-centric, at Beyond 8 we make a deliberate effort to focus on the most important person, the learner. Well, there you have it. We hope we were able to clarify your doubts and ease your concerns today. Do remember to write to us at contact@beyond8.in with any questions you may have on pursuing liberal education. We're all ears. Until next time, be well and ask away.